I'm willing to bet that there isn't any entrepreneur out there that hasn't dealt with this issue. People telling them what they're doing isn't sustainable, isn't long term, it isn't going to work, whatever. It comes a lot from the older generation as well, because in today's world of 2022, am I going crazy? In today's world of 2024, we have so many opportunities. I mean, the opportunities are endless between business, between being self-employed, between content creation and becoming an influencer. We have so many options out there, but it's still that we have people in today's world telling us that what we're doing isn't sustainable because it doesn't have a pension, because the internet could stop tomorrow, all these things. But I'm here to tell you that that's not entirely true. Since the age of about 9 years old, I have always been so interested in business. I was that kid that was watching Dragon's Den and Shark Tank, and I just loved everything about business. I wanted to learn all the terms. I was always so fascinated by entrepreneurs, and I loved everything about it. As I grew up, I knew I wanted to be in business. From the age of about 16, 17, I became self-employed, and I always said I didn't want to work for anyone else because I was so passionate about being self-employed. But I learned quickly that I had to grow thick skin if I wanted to last in this industry and if I wanted to continue what I'm doing without being influenced by others. It wasn't long before I had people around me tell me what I was doing wasn't going to work, that it wasn't sustainable, that I wouldn't have a pension, and all these things. That maybe I should just go find a real career, and that being a business isn't for everyone, and that most of the time it's not sustainable. Well, here's the thing. If I had one piece of advice, it would be to just keep trying stuff. It's okay to start a business and quit. It's okay to realize business isn't for you, or it's okay to try 10 businesses before you find one that actually works for you. I remember when I started a business and I was only young, and I did it for almost a year, and it was just not working. It was so stressful, it was so time consuming, and it really wasn't worth it compared to other things I could be doing. And I remember the amount of shame and guilt I felt when I closed down that business because I felt like I failed and that I would prove everyone right. But I can tell you right now, one thing that you need as an entrepreneur is the ability to pivot, to move on, and change path. You can't keep doing the same thing that's not working and expect different results. Give things time, let it run its course, but sometimes it's okay to switch it up, and that's what you need to do. I've had so many people ask me, how do you do so many things? How do you stay motivated? How do you have so many businesses? But honestly, to my core, it's something I love to do. But I think my biggest thing is I don't let the opinions of others affect me, because I've had so many people around me tell me so many different things, to tell me to go get a real job, to tell me to quit my silly little businesses and that it's not going to work. But if I had one piece of advice that I'd want you to remember throughout your entire journey, it's that this vision was given to you. Not to them, they're not going to understand it. This vision was given to you. You have a purpose, you have a reason, and you know why you're doing this. So if I could give you one piece of advice, it would be to build that thick skin and realize that sometimes you really do know best. Sometimes you really have to forget what others are telling you and go the course that you know is right. I started a business in a very competitive niche back in January. I had so many people tell me, why would you start a business in that industry? Because there's so many, even locally, especially all around. But I had a purpose behind it. I had a whole reason why I wanted to do it. And since January, every single day I've shown up. And I have been so proud of myself because every day I'm showing up and I'm putting in the work. And no, that business hasn't grown exponentially crazy in the past, 8 months, but I'm so happy with the progress I made. And if I had to listen to the people around me, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I would have never started that business. Sometimes you have to take a step back and realize that you need to have tunnel vision and not always listen to the people around you. Maybe they have some great advice to offer, but maybe the things that they're telling you are just slowing you down. So take the time to realize that what's in your head is good enough, and you don't always need to listen to the people around you. When I first got in business, I was so insecure about my age because I started my first business at about 16, 17 years old. And I had so many comments. Aren't you a little too young to be doing this? Aren't you too young to own a business? And for a few years, my biggest insecurity in business was my age, because I felt like I had less to offer and I felt like I had this huge disadvantage. I was so scared. I didn't want anyone to know my age because I was so scared that people would value me less because of it. But I didn't realize the true advantages that I hold. Being a young entrepreneur has so many advantages. You just have to learn how to leverage it. You're new in the industry, you got so much knowledge, you're learning everything fresh, and you're so motivated to get out there and do it. There's so many benefits of being young and in business. So don't let the opinions of others affect you. Keep going down your path and you'll be so happy that you did. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it brings some value to you.